Welcome to this exploration of one of the most significant sites in Islamic history, the Cave of Hira. In this essay, we will journey through time to uncover the story of the cave where the first revelation of the Qur'an was made. We will examine where the cave is, why it mattered, and how its story continues to inspire millions around the world. The essay will also look at the world of Mecca before Islam. We will see how the life of Prophet Muhammad led him to seek solitude in the cave. The narrative of the first revelation will be told, using reliable sources. We will discuss the impact of these events on Muhammad, his family, and the early Muslim community. Finally, we will consider why the Cave of Hira still holds profound importance for both Muslims and historians today. The essay will close with a summary and an open question for reflection. Let us begin our journey into the heart of Islamic revelation. The Cave of Hira is located just outside the city of Mecca, in present-day Saudi Arabia. It sits atop a rocky mountain known as Jabal al-Nour, which means the mountain of light. The cave itself is small, just enough for a single person to sit or kneel in prayer. From its narrow opening, one can see the city of Mecca spread out below. The landscape around the cave is arid and harsh. Jagged rocks and steep slopes dominate the mountain. The climb to the cave is difficult, requiring more than 1,000 steps from the base. Yet, despite its simple appearance, the Cave of Hira holds a deep spiritual atmosphere that visitors often describe as peaceful and contemplative. For centuries, the cave has drawn pilgrims and seekers of knowledge. Its isolation offers a place for reflection, away from the bustle of city life. The physical setting of the cave, its height and seclusion, mirrors the profound spiritual experience that would take place within its walls. Before the rise of Islam, Mecca was a city of great importance in Arabia. It was a center for trade, linking caravans from Yemen in the south to Syria in the north. The city was also home to the Kaaba, a sacred sanctuary that attracted pilgrims from many tribes across the region. However, religious beliefs in Mecca were largely polytheistic, with tribes worshipping many different idols and deities. Society in Mecca was ruled by powerful clans and was highly unequal. Wealth and status determined a person's place in the community. The weakest, such as orphans, widows, and slaves, often suffered from neglect and injustice. Moral values had weakened, with honesty and compassion in short supply. The city's leaders were focused on maintaining their own power and prosperity. While Mecca was prosperous, it was also a place of spiritual confusion and social unrest. Many felt a growing emptiness and yearned for a message that could bring justice and meaning to their lives. This was the world into which Muhammad was born. The environment around him shaped his early experiences and his growing desire for truth and justice. It set the stage for the transformative events that would soon unfold in the Cave of Hira. Prophet Muhammad was known for his honesty, kindness, and sense of justice, even before he became a prophet. He was called al-Amin, meaning the trustworthy, by the people of Mecca. Despite living in a society marked by moral decline, Muhammad sought a deeper spiritual truth. He often felt troubled by the injustices and idol worship around him. As he grew older, Muhammad began to withdraw from the city for periods of reflection. He would climb Jabal al-Nour, seeking the solitude of the Cave of Hira. Here, he spent days at a time in meditation and prayer. He pondered the meaning of life, the existence of a single God, and the suffering of the poor. Historians believe that Muhammad's visits to the cave increased in intensity as he approached the age of 40. He was searching for guidance and answers to the problems facing his society. His spiritual quest was marked by deep sincerity and a longing for a connection with the divine. The Cave of Hira thus became a sanctuary for Muhammad's soul. It was in this quiet, humble place that he prepared himself for the extraordinary events that were about to unfold. The most important event in the Cave of Hira occurred during the month of Ramadan, when Muhammad was about 40 years old. According to Islamic tradition, he was deep in meditation when the angel Gabriel appeared to him. Gabriel commanded him, "Read." Muhammad, who was not literate, replied that he could not read. This happened 3 times until the angel delivered the first verses of the Qur'an. "Read in the name of your Lord who created man from a clot. Read, and your Lord is most generous." Muhammad was terrified and confused by the experience. He rushed down the mountain, his heart pounding. He sought comfort from his wife, Khadija, who reassured him and took him to her cousin, Waraka ibn Nawfal, a learned Christian. Waraka confirmed that Muhammad had received a message from the same God who sent revelations to Moses and Jesus. This moment marked the beginning of Muhammad's role as the final prophet of Islam. The first revelation was both a personal and a world-changing event. It set in motion the process by which the Qur'an, the holy book of Islam, would be revealed over the next 23 years. The story of the first revelation is preserved in authentic sources, including the hadith collections and early biographies of the Prophet. It remains a cornerstone of Islamic faith and identity. The first revelation in the Cave of Hira had a profound effect on Muhammad. He became more reflective, humble, and determined to fulfill his mission. Khadija was the first to accept his message, followed by his close friend Abu Bakr and young cousin Ali. The early Muslims faced persecution and hardship, but remained steadfast in their faith. The teachings that began in the cave called for the worship of one God, compassion for the poor, and social justice. These ideas challenged the powerful leaders of Mecca who saw them as a threat to their authority and trade. Yet the message continued to spread, offering hope to the oppressed and marginalized. Muhammad's personal transformation inspired those around him. He became a model of patience, kindness, and trust in God. The revelations gave him the strength to endure years of struggle and opposition. The cave thus became a symbol of spiritual awakening, courage, and the beginning of a new era. Its story speaks not only to Muslims, but to all who seek truth and justice in a troubled world. Today, the Cave of Hira is visited by thousands of pilgrims each year. Despite its difficult climb, many Muslims make the journey to reflect on the origins of their faith. The site is a reminder of the humility and perseverance that began the Islamic message. Historians and scholars continue to study the cave and its story, recognizing its significance for understanding the birth of a new religious movement. The cave's importance goes beyond its physical presence. It reminds people of the power of solitude, prayer, and seeking answers to life's deepest questions. It continues to inspire those who wish to make a positive change in themselves and their societies. In summary, the Cave of Hira is more than a historical site. It is a living symbol of revelation, transformation, and hope. It marks the beginning of a faith that now unites over 1 billion people worldwide. Its story is woven into the heart of Islam and remains a source of inspiration and reflection. As we consider the journey of Muhammad and the story of the Cave of Hira, one question remains. In today's world, where do we seek our own moments of revelation and transformation?